What's up YouTube, Dan here and welcome to episode 14 of my AC Milan career mode series. So this episode is the end of the Serie A season and it's about 10 minutes long. I wanted to cram as much gameplay into this episode. So the next episode will be a cup final against Juventus. So talking of Juventus, the first game of this episode is a game up against Juventus and it was a really fantastic match and there's a lot of goals in this episode to look forward to. So we took a 1-0 lead through Nosserino scoring a goal, but they get a goal back there due to some poor defending. But I do have a couple of things I want to talk about, and my first thing is a question of the day, or a question of the episode. So the question I have today is, what do you think Gareth Bale will do with his career? So he's currently at Tottenham, obviously, doing fantastic for them, but do you think he'll move to Real Madrid, Barcelona, Manchester City? And if he does, how well do you think he'll do that? And if he stays at Tottenham, how well do you think he'll do at Tottenham? Because that's a really good question. I want to know what your opinions are on that, because I think he'll go to Real Madrid or Barcelona in the future, maybe in 2 or 3 years' time, and I think he'll do really well, unlike Modric, because he has a bit of a bad season. And that brings me nicely onto my next topic, and that is to talk about the Champions League match yesterday. So it's still fresh in our brains, and it was against Manchester United. It was Real Madrid versus Manchester United, and I just want to quickly talk about some of the key points, like the red card for Nani, which you can give your views on that red card in the comment section below. The goals and Ronaldo's return to Old Trafford, and I think it's his first time he's been at Old Trafford since he left for 80 million in 2008. Then that is, I think Real Madrid haven't played Man United since then. So yeah, I wanted to quickly talk about the Champions League game yesterday, and so Man United took a 1-1 back to the Old Trafford, and it's a really good result to take back considering how good Real Madrid are at the moment, knocking out Barcelona as well, playing Barcelona and beating them 3-1 I think it was at the Nou Camp, so they're clearly on good form. And in this match at the Old Trafford, they were fantastic and they actually won it 2-1. So Man United went 1-0 up due to a Sergio Ramos own goal. There wasn't much he could do about it. But by the way, we actually won that game 4-1, Boateng getting a couple of goals and Balotelli and Nosserino getting a couple of goals as well. So fantastic result, but Juventus have run away with it. And next I decided to sim this game up against Catania. They're not a fantastic team and I thought I would get away with simming this at home. If it was an away game, I might have played this because away games are always tougher when you sim them. So we took a 2-0 lead, and at this point, yeah, I was comfortable. So yeah, back on topic. So Man United scored the first goal of the game at minute, but then Nani got a red card shown just a couple of minutes after Man United scored the goal. And what are your views on that? I don't think it should have been a red card because I thought it should have been a yellow card. Because if you remember, in the 2010 World Cup final, Netherlands versus Spain, De Jong didn't get shown a red card for a much worse challenge when he kicked Alonso in the chest, and that was much worse. And Nani wasn't actually looking at Arbeloa the whole time. He was actually going for the ball, and it was a really unlucky decision. And so yeah, what are your views on that? I don't think Nani should have got a red card in my opinion. So that changed the whole complexion of the game, and Real Madrid scored 2 goals straight after. First goal coming from Modric. If you haven't seen the goal, go and check it out on YouTube. It's a fantastic goal. You probably find it on ITV or Sky. So it's a fantastic goal. It went past 2 defenders and then a fantastic shot onto the post but went in, and De Gea couldn't do much about it. And the same can be said for the second goal, which also came from Ronaldo, and it was a shot from Higuain, went right across the face of the goal, and Ronaldo was there, and he was actually onside, got past Rafael, and he scored the goal to make it 2-1, and he didn't celebrate, which was right for him. That's a good thing that he did. So the game actually ended 2-1. Man United did actually need 2 goals to be back on level, but even with Rooney on the pitch, they couldn't get back level. So Real Madrid are through to the quarterfinals, I think it is, or semi-finals. Tell me in the comment section. So sorry about that. And Borussia Dortmund actually beat Shakhtar Donetsk, I think they say it, 3-0, and I think it was Felipe Santana, Götze and Blastukowski scoring the goals, so really good win for them, and I think they can maybe get to the semi-finals if they carry on winning like they are at the moment, and they haven't actually lost at their home stadium all season in the Champions League, so that's a good record that they need to keep. So in this game we played against Torino. They have a really good defence, the likes of Ogbonna, who I'm trying to sign in the next transfer window. Fantastic defender, really good pace, really good strength, and yeah, I really want to bring him in. He probably cost around 13 million. So this is a really high entertaining game. There's a lot of goals in this game, and you've actually seen that I've scored around 100 goals this season, but I've actually conceded around 70 goals, so it's absolutely insane. I've conceded a lot of goals but scored a lot of goals, so that means that I have to put a lot of work into my defence. So Nosserino gets a goal there, not surprising for him, nearly getting 1 a game now. Actually had a fantastic performance against Juventus, and as you saw in the gameplay, so that made it 4-2. As I said, a lot of goals in this game, and they came back again here with Cersei getting past the defender, and a really bit of nice play there, and it finally went into the back of the net thanks to Jonathas, I think that's how you say his name. 4-3 there. So that ended 4-3, another win for us, which is good. And this is our scout report, a couple of good players, and Yeah, some play with 94 potential, some play with 93 potential, and some play with 90 potential, and they're all about 15 to 16 years old, so I can get them into the team in the next couple of years. So that'd be quite a cool thing. Maybe if I go in a couple of seasons, maybe 4 or 5 seasons, just have a complete squad of just players from Brazil who are around 18 years old, have a fantastic potential. That'd be quite a cool thing to do. So here you see the league table. We are currently on 69 points. So Juventus are on 89 points. Have only lost 2 games this season and have actually got a goal difference of 50, which is the same can't be said for us. We're on about 20. So here you see it was a really scrappy game. I did play a second team because I wanted to save a couple of players for the next game. So you see Shaqiri going past the defenders and a fantastic goal past the goalkeeper in the 21st minute. So that made it 1-0, quite a tidy finish. He's been scoring a couple of goals this season and he's actually reached about 97 acceleration, which is insane. His sprint speed is around 87, 88, so that's not as good as I thought it was going to be, but his acceleration is fantastic. So here you see a bit more poor defending in Abiati, who's actually in goal for this game, because I was a bit tired of ter Stegen making so many mistakes. So in the next transfer window, I'm probably going to replace him. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. So here you see another goal coming in from Bojan, 62nd minute. He's actually scored around the 10 goal mark this season, so he's done well enough, but the bad thing is he's going back to AS Roma at the end of the season. So here you see Pescara getting a goal back there, fantastic goal from Quintero in the 73rd minute to make it 2-2. So a draw would have been okay at this point. I think we're just ahead of Lazio in 3rd position. So a draw would have been fantastic, but look at this. And that the referee just screwing us again there, and it wasn't even a penalty in my opinion. Varane, he actually played really well last night against Manchester United, giving away a penalty there. But is he going to score it? No, it goes way over the bar, blazes it over the bar, and the game actually stayed at 2-2. Sorry, so it could have been 3-2, but we luckily kept it at 2-2, and we get 1 point from that. And Montolivo getting man the match. So into our next game up against AS Roma. If you remember, in December we did play them and it was actually a dominating 3-0 win for us. El Shaarawy did score a couple of goals in that game. So I was hoping for more of the same in this game. And we are currently on 70 points there, 7 points behind Inter Milan. I think Inter Milan have secured the 2nd place and Juventus have won the league quite clearly there, as you can see with the points they have. So here you see this guy, I don't know how to say his name, Prajic, scores the first goal of the game, fantastic goal. Ter Stegen wasn't going to do much about that, and he made it 1-0. So he comes straight back here in the 8th minute here, and the Yang on the ball. He hasn't played much this season, and I really want to play him more in the next season, because he's been injured this season. He's had a bit of injury problems this season, and his stamina is absolutely terrible. So as he gets older, he will get better stamina, and he won't be as so injury prone. So here you see Balotelli and Pogba and the Yang linking up there, and the Yang getting through on goal with some fantastic pace, getting past the defenders and a fantastic shot past the goalkeeper. So that's 2 goals in the first 34 minutes or so, and he was having a really fantastic game at this time, but I did have to bring him off in about the 60th minute because he was so low on fitness. It's so ridiculous. So here you see Osvaldo, quite a slow attacker, sorry about to say defender, but really slow attacker, but he is a really good finisher, and he made it 2-2. So he came straight back here, Nasserino on the ball, trying to go past the defender here. And he has got a bit of pace. The main thing about him is his stamina, but he's got a lot of pace and he's good for these midweek games, passing it back to Verratti, getting past the defender, and a fantastic goal into the back of the net in the 42nd minute, So here you see, I don't know how to say his name, this guy, but he passes it over the top to Prajic again. He goes past the defender here, and then it goes into the back of the net eventually, with Leandro Demau scoring the goal, and he's actually a really good player to buy on our team, really good finishing and things like that. So Shaqiri threw on goal in the 89th minute. Is he going to score? And yes, he is. And he's been like the player who always gets the 90th minute goal, and he does add to that tally he has this season. If you cast your memories back, I think it was against Napoli, I can't quite remember, when we had that insane game. And there you see Stecklenburg nearly scoring there. That would have been quite funny if he actually scored. But we actually ended up winning this game 4-3, so it wasn't as convincing as the game earlier in the season when we actually beat them 3-0, but we still got 4 goals in that game, 4-3, and as I said, I am scoring a lot of goals, but I'm also conceding a lot of goals, so it's not very good this season. Really need to do some work on my defence. So into the last game of the episode. So this episode's nearly been 10 minutes, so give a like if you want me to carry on making episodes around this long, because I enjoy making videos quite long. It gives me a lot of motivation to make more videos. So Bojan to Montolivo over the top to Pizzini. A lot of players forward here, and Pizzini finishes it off himself. Finesse shot past the goalkeeper to make it 24 minutes and make it 1-1 there. So Siena actually scored the first goal of the game, but Bojan scored a goal there. No, sorry, Pizzini scored a goal there. And here they come back again, Siena, and they just passing it around really nicely. I don't know where my defence was on the left side, and that's another problem. My 2 defenders, Constant and De Sigli, aren't very good. They're quite attacking minded, and that's a problem I need to address in the next couple of games or next couple of seasons, definitely. So I'm thinking of bringing in maybe Alba, or maybe going to scout some players, maybe Mbaye or something like that. I don't know. So you can leave your suggestions in the comment section below. And just a bit of confusion around the story about my Bayern Munich. I made a video about Bayern Munich yesterday and saying maybe I can return to that. Just want to quickly talk about that. I'm going to return to that after I finish this AC Milan career mode series. So the next episode will be the Juventus Super League final. It's going to be a live commentary. So thanks for watching. Please can we reach 10 likes, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.